Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about like my goals and whether I pass my goals and what new goals I'm setting, kind of like New Year's resolutions, but I usually just call them goals. Hopefully this might inspire you if you're struggling to think of your own. So yeah, that's what today's video is going to be. Do subscribe and I will get into the video now. So this is actually my first video filming since I went on holiday. It probably won't have mattered too much to you because I did post a video every single week, so I haven't been like that absent, but this is my first time filming in like 7-8 weeks so it might feel a little bit strange. But anyway, I thought a good video to start back on would be a goals video. I usually do one of these in January. I did one last year talking about whether I achieved my goals, what new goals I was setting, all of that. I quite like watching other people's videos of these because I like to see kind of what other people are setting themselves. I will be going through my 2021 goals first. I'll go through this quite quickly. I won't spend like too long on this, and then I'll go through the goals that I'm trying to set for this year. So for my 2021 goals, I wrote them on this like piece of paper and just stuck it to my whiteboard so it was like right there so I could see it. I did split it up into personal, business and then YouTube goals. I've done something similar, but I've kind of put personal and YouTube in one and then business on like the other category for 2022. But I'll start with the personal ones first. The first one was pass grade 8 cello. I kind of got to a grade 8 level. I was playing grade 8 music, but my cello teacher actually did move like to a different country so that was quite difficult to kind of do, and with the pandemic and everything, so I didn't end up doing that. But in the end it wasn't really necessary for me to pass that. I was kind of at the level anyway, so I didn't do that, but I'd say I'm at a grade 8 level. The second one was a huge fail, and it was limit spending specifically on clothes. I was doing well with this from like January to March, so I bought like one piece of clothing per month, like 3 pieces in 3 months, and then I think maybe someone had a sale and then it just completely went out the window, and then I just went crazy again. So that will be coming back for my 2022 goal. The third one was fixing my posture. I feel like I half achieved that. So I feel like when I stand up I'm more aware of like hunching over, like I definitely notice a difference, but the thing holding me back is my sitting posture. Whenever I'm like editing at a laptop or doing anything on a laptop, I always end up like being sucked into it. I don't know, does that happen to you? And I can't sit, like I do it without thinking, I just end up getting closer and closer to the screen. So I'd say yes with standing but no with sitting. The fourth one was run once a week. I stuck to this for quite a bit, but then again summer came around, it was way too hot to do anything. I overheat really easily. Like right now we're in winter, I have my window open and I'm in a t-shirt. Like I get hot so quickly, so like exercise in the summer just isn't happening. So I kind of stuck to that, but not to how I wouldn't say I passed it. More confidence in driving. Again, like I kind of did some of it. I definitely did more roundabouts that I wasn't confident with. Like we have a few roundabouts near us that are really difficult, and I always worry I'm going to be in the wrong lane and I won't be able to like leave the roundabout. So I managed to do more of those, more of the complicated ones, and I drove to a few new places, but still not as confident as I would probably like. So maybe no for that. Read 10 books. This I was really kind of stuck on whether to pass or not, because read like actual fiction books, no. I think I read half of one, which is shocking. I just can't get myself to read, I don't know. So I wouldn't say I passed that, but with my shop I follow this really lovely girl called Olivia, and she's the Small Business Handbook on Instagram, and that's where I learn a lot of my stuff that's helped improve my shop. And she does a lot of guide books, so they could be like 50 pages, like 50 A5 pages. So I read a lot of those. I've probably read at least 10 of them. I've read 10 books as like ebooks for business, but not fiction. So I don't know about that one. And the last one was make a cello practice routine. I kind of did that. I made a routine, but I still had that thing where I missed one and then I was frustrated, so then I didn't practice for like 2-3 weeks. I made a routine, but I didn't really stick to it. So most of those I didn't actually pass. I'll go on to the YouTube ones next. So the first goal for my YouTube was more varied content. I did attempt this. I made like a good list of a variety of stuff, but realistically I don't think I would. I think it was a nice idea and then I got swept up in the hauls again and it was kind of never ending. So that is definitely on my goals list for 2022, which I'll talk about in a bit. But I wouldn't say I passed that. I also put reach 8,000 subscribers. I didn't pass this. I was kind of close. I'm over 7,000 now, so I'm really happy with that. So I didn't pass that, but I was kind of close. The third one was reach 10,000 followers on Instagram. I did manage this, and this was a huge achievement for like my Simply Spooky account. I've wanted to reach 10,000 for such a long time, and I did manage to do this, and I have to put it down to reels. But I did manage to pass that, which I was really happy about. And my last one was like a money one, and it was reach £60 a month through YouTube alone. I was hitting kind of the 50s and like 57. I didn't quite hit 60, so I was a little bit off of that. Hopefully this year I can do that. And then we have the business goals. So the first one was, again, reach 10,000 followers on my business Instagram. I did that. I was absolutely thrilled because that one I was struggling with a lot more. So I did manage to pass that. My next one was make t-shirts and pins. Now I did do this. I made some t-shirts, I made some pins, but they weren't the most popular. I don't think t-shirts are my favorite thing to make, and I think my designs work better on other things. So I did make them, so I did pass that, but they weren't as successful as I would have liked. The third one was create new collections. I definitely did that. I had more collections than just my like Halloween and Christmas collection. I had a stainless steel collection, I had my stationery collection. I definitely had a lot more collection. The fourth one, keep up to date with records. No, my self-assessment is due in a few weeks and I need to do all of it, so that is a huge job. I've definitely failed on that. The second to last one was more wholesaling. I did a wholesale order with Curiology, but I haven't seen it on their site, so that was a bit strange. I did fix my wholesale list and I sent it out to some subscription boxes and I haven't heard anything back. So I put more work into kind of solving that, but it's whether you hear back from people. I didn't really hear anything back from it, so I didn't actually do more wholesale orders, which I would have liked to do. And the last one was create stainless steel designs. I didn't create like my own custom ones, which was kind of what I was going for with that goal, but I did manage to have a stainless steel collection through like ordering pendants and all of that, so I was very happy with the collection. But I would kind of like to branch out into designing like my own pendants in stainless steel. So those were all of my 2021 goals, and now we go on to my 2022 goals. So all of these are written in my Goth planner. So if you haven't seen what this is, I did a whole video which I'll link in the eye, which I don't know, I'm out of practice, could be up there. Yeah, I did a whole video on this. I will actually be bringing these back as undated, so if you did miss out on this planner and you really wanted it, I will be bringing out one that doesn't have dates, so you can start at any point in the year. So maybe, you know, you're looking for a academic planner, or maybe you want a planner for a specific thing that doesn't have to be dated. So that would be the best option for you if you did miss out and you did want one. But I did have a kind of double page of my goals. I did that on purpose because I love setting loads of goals, and I also like splitting them up into categories. So I did fill out mine on here, so that's kind of the layout of it. And I did put tick boxes, so you can tick it off if you achieved it. As I said, for my 2022 goals, I've split it up into personal / YouTube, and then my business goals. I might add to this, but I'm trying to keep it low so I actually achieve them and can focus on them, rather than have like a huge list and kind of not achieve any of them. So I'll go through the personal ones first. So the first one kind of took me a while to realise, and I put stop being a hoarder. I've always loved collecting things. Like, that's always, I'd say it's like a personality thing. As soon as I get something, I feel the need to collect it. I've done that since I was really young. As soon as I got something, I was like, right, now I need like all of it. I used to collect like all the Bratz dolls. Like I couldn't have one, I needed like 20. I used to collect erasers, which is really strange, but they used to do them in like different shapes, and there'd be like animals, and I had like a massive box. So it's always really been an obsession with kind of collecting stuff. And when I went away on holiday and came back, I realised just how bad it was. So I would say I collect like Halloween decor, makeup, lipsticks, because lipsticks, oh, that's a problem. Plants, like wall art. This is crazy. This is a crazy amount of wall art on that wall. Like soft toys, crystals, jewellery, clothes, shoes, like everything seems to be a collection. And that's something that, I mean, I still like collecting stuff, and I'm not gonna like get rid of everything. I'm never gonna be a minimalist. I don't think that's possible for me. But I would really like to reduce that. Like, I'm gonna have a clear out this week, hopefully, and really try and get rid of a lot of stuff, because I also get attached to stuff and I don't like letting things go. So I'm trying to be better about that, and that kind of goes into my second goal, which is limit my spending. I think this also goes into YouTube as well. I definitely feel it's got worse since I started YouTube, because when you get into YouTube, hauls are very popular, and they're also one of my favourite videos to film. Like, I love reviewing stuff, I love supporting small businesses, but once you get into like that habit, it becomes too much. And it's also quite easy to be influenced by the analytics side of it. So I know for me, my two best videos were Shein haul, which I've like stopped buying from them, so and also KILLSTAR hauls. KILLSTAR hauls are always very popular, so it's easy to think, okay, I'd really like to get like a good performance on this video, I'll do a KILLSTAR haul, or oh, there's a sale, I could do a video on that. So it's very easy to kind of get stuck in that, and I feel like that's definitely what happened last year. I mean, I wasn't like buying it for a video, but I was kind of like, oh, I could, you know, I could do a video on that. So it is quite easy to get stuck in that loop, and I know that happens to a lot of other people. I think by spending less, that will go into like the varied content, because oh, my voice is going, I'm not used to filming. Yeah, I think that kind of goes along with the varied content, because I had these ideas, but because I had so much piling up in my room, I was like, I need to do a haul on this to put it away, because I save all like the business cards, the packaging, everything to show you. So I just have like boxes and packages that couldn't go away until I filmed them. So that's how I got stuck in the whole, oh, I have to do a haul, I have to do a haul, because I need to put all of this stuff away, and then more stuff would arrive, and then kind of the hauls are never ending. So I'm hoping by really trying to reduce what I buy, that will give me the time to plan and do like the other stuff that I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to do more videos about confidence in like Gothic clothing, and some other stuff that you've requested, like outfits to wear to university if you're alternative, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping by doing that, that will kind of go into the content, because I know where I got stuck last year. So yeah, that's the third one, create more varied content, which I'm hoping I'll stick to this year. The next one is reach 10,000 on YouTube. So I've repeated that goal for this year because I am close. It's possible maybe I could do it. So that's the next one. And the last one for my personal goals is find an exercise routine that works for me. I don't mind running, but it really tires me out. Like, I quite enjoy running when I'm like in it, not towards the end, but in like the middle of it. But I do find it quite difficult to, first of all, find the motivation to do it, because it's one of those things where I wake up and then I realise it's like my run day, and then I'm like, oh, I need to find something that I don't dread, and also something that's quite easy for me to stick to because I am so busy. So I have to have a think about that. And then we go on to my business goals. So these are very specific. Maybe this isn't as helpful to you, I don't know, but I will still read them out. So I mentioned that I was not very good at keeping a track of my records. I've got like a track of them in like a bank book, like I always do my bank book and my PayPal, and I've got QuickBooks, which I do as well, but I don't take the time to kind of look at all of that and put it in like an Excel spreadsheet, which is usually how I do my self-assessment. I feel like the reason I didn't stick to that was I didn't think, okay, every like last day of the month I will sit down and do my month's record, or every last Friday of the month I will do my record. Like I didn't dedicate that day. So that's my first one, is set aside a day for finance. And then my second one is also set aside a day for analytics. So this is kind of, I did this mainly for Instagram, like that's what I had in mind for this, because I never take the time to sit down and think, okay, well this post did really well. Why did that do very well? Was it entertaining? Did it have good hashtags? Did I post it at a specific time of day? Or why did this post not do very well? Was the question bad? Like I don't really take the time to analyze what I'm doing. I do take on board like, oh okay, that did well, maybe I'll do like another version of that. I'll do stuff like that, but I don't really analyze the posts that I've done or really reflect on stuff like that. So that's my second one. The third one is plan out my content. This is specifically for Instagram in advance. I got quite good at posting every day on Instagram on both of my accounts, and I really do like posting on Instagram, but some days like I wouldn't have content prepared. I just wasn't really as ready, or it came round to like my reel post, I didn't have a reel. So just kind of trying to be more on top of that and thinking more about what I'd like to put in it, rather than leaving it to the last minute and thinking, oh my gosh, I need a post, I'll just post this. Like putting more thought into it, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. My fourth one was what I was kind of aiming for the last few months of 2021, and that was aim for 6 sales per day. So as I mentioned, I do take advice from like the Small Business Handbook, who's Olivia. She's really knowledgeable, and my goal for my shop, like my ultimate goal, is to go full-time. So I worked out like kind of how much money I'd need to create like an okay kind of salary. I would need to get at least 6 sales per day, so not like 6 orders, but like 6 sales. So it could be one order that had like 6 items in it. So that's what I mean by that. I would have to get that every day to kind of reach a good amount to kind of start going full time. So that is my goal as well, which I will be carrying on. My next one is put more money into advertising and PR. That's something I really don't do enough of. So I'm hopefully going to be maybe sending out some stuff to some like influencers, if you will. Maybe that will help me, and also Instagram advertising, because I need to read up a bit on that, on like how to do it properly. But I would like to do that. Use a variety of platforms, TikTok and Pinterest. I did start Pinterest and I did start TikTok, but I kind of abandoned them, so I need to be consistent with that. And then I've got 2 last ones. My second to last one is follow the launch process, don't rush. So again, this goes into the Small Business Handbook. I did buy her launch planner, and I followed a lot of the steps with the launch of my Goth planner, and it sold out in the first day or something. And that was the most successful launch I had. And I did a lot of stuff before, kind of like doing a reel, doing sneak peeks, getting people interested in buying it, kind of involved in the planning of it too. Like I did a lot more engagement for that release rather than like my jewellery releases. Sometimes I feel like my releases are a little bit rushed, like I won't be prepared for the deadline. So I think I just need to like slow down, don't rush, and make sure I do each step leading up to the release day. And then the last one is branch out into new things, and then I put with a Cricut machine. I always used to thought they were called Cricut because I thought cut would be in it because it's a cutting machine, but apparently it's called Cricut. Either way, I have seen a few people get them for Christmas. I know Mystic and Luna have one, and I saw House of Hidden Horrors get one for Christmas, or it was like around that time, and I just really want one. They are expensive. They are, the one that I'd want is around £300, and that's just for the machine. Like, that's not with the tools, that's not the materials. So it is a more expensive kind of piece of equipment, but I just have so many ideas. I'd love to make pencil cases that match the Goth planner. I already have an idea in mind, I've drawn it out, but that I'd need like to cut the vinyl and like heat press it in and do all of that, and that would also make it easier for me to make t-shirt designs as well. So that's definitely something I could see myself doing in the future, but I have so many new releases planned at the moment. If I got that at the moment, I would just be overwhelmed. So I'm hoping I can do that this year too, because that would be so exciting. So yeah, that is all of my 2022 goals. As I said, I might add to them, but I feel like that's a good amount to get started. Most of them are business goals, because that's really what my main kind of focus is, like, all the time. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's helpful for you. Maybe this will inspire you. Maybe if you have a shop and you're not sure what to focus on, maybe this will help. Or whether you just like hearing other people's goals like I do. Do comment below, what are your top 3 goals for 2022? Do leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.